Hello internets, and welcome to this video where today I will be attempting to start a new series with a car. Ooh, actually we can use the ejector seat. Yeah, with the James Bond Aston Martin DB5 because, well, we might need to eject someone out of the seat or something of the sort when we're going around the course. Especially if they're the health inspector, and yeah, you know, we don't generally get looked upon by the health inspectors very well at all, so yeah, actually, we have a front number plate on this, I've just realised. That is interesting, because I think it's the only car in Forza that has a front number plate. We can perhaps, where is the actual trigger for it? Somewhere here. So if we do that, I don't think it changes, does it? No. Anyway, we are going to build this car to compete in the championship. I'm getting distracted with all the gadgets. Anyway, here we have the little CRT thingy-mabob with a sideways radio, because it's always fashionable to have a sideways radio instead of one that's the correct way up. And we are going to race this. I have already got 2 cars with times, 3 cars rather, with times done for them. All I have to do now is create the Aston Martin and see how it does. Now, I'm going to put full race parts on most cars. I don't have to, though. It's not a regulation to put all these suspension and brakes on. Nothing here is regulated, basically, so I can do what I want with it. Although the roll cage, I'll probably just go with whatever gives it the best handling. The Forza downforce parts, however, are regulated. I have to have those on the car, unless the car does not have them available, so there is that. It does have them available though, so I'm going to use them. We'll have wider tyres, as this car does have wider tyres, and we can basically use any of these other than the rally tyres. It's only cars where the rally tyres are the only option I'll use them, and also the drag tyres. I'm not going to be using drag tyres, but I am going to be using other tyres, and it looks like it's very easy to get this to the top of A class. So we'll go with those. Or do we want them? The text looks odd. I think I'll just have them without the text, to be honest. And how does this change the actual roll cage? No? You're still content with just having a roll cage? Right, so I won't be changing the engine. The engine will be stock. However, I will change it if it won't reach the top of a class. As we said, this will reach the top of a class. The wheels always have to be the lightest wheels available, which in this case would be these ones, or the equivalent of them. They really don't look good on this car. I mean, I don't think anything will at this size when the car is lowered, but hey, I think these look slightly better, so I'm going with these ones. And anything we can do beyond that? There is the transmission. Ooh. The top speed changes quite a lot. That's interesting. So this has got very good weight balance. That will probably help. I think I'm going for more handling with this. I don't think I'm going to change the actual tyres and stuff, because higher handling is generally good round the course, so I don't know. I think I'm going to try this as it is. I can have a fair bit of power, yes, as it is. So how much does it change the top speed, though? Yeah, 169. This is clearly a very aerodynamic car. So I think I'll go with the street transmission. It doesn't increase the performance too much. Or the performance rating, should I say. I could go with an exhaust, but I don't think I need to improve handling that much, do I? I think an exhaust and any other little bit I can really fit on this car is the way to go. So, can I fit a clutch? No. Can I fit this? Yes, I can. I will also be going with a standard differential to try and retain somewhat the standard balance of the car. Like, I don't want it to end up with a limited slip differential and becoming a complete drift car just because I've added that differential. The driveline, that must also remain stock, so this is going to be front-engined rear drive with the inline six, and we'll have to see how it goes. Does the actual exhaust add power? I didn't seem to see much happening. Yeah, it adds 10 horsepower, not a lot. But I still think, with what this car is being an Aston Martin and all, a handling build is the way to go, so I'll accept that, and I'll see how well it can actually compete around the course. Okay, so I've basically stolen Fairrace's idea, and instead of using the rivals mode, which doesn't really exist in this game, let's be honest, not as we know it at least, I'm going to just choose a start line and wait for the AIs to get away. The time I'm using is 1.5 minutes, so you'll see we're going to draw close to that soon, and after that point I will get going. So 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and go! I think that was a pretty good launch, personally, and on we go. I'm really hoping for the handling of this, but then at the same time it just should handle well, because I know what the MG was like, and this is a similar car in terms of handling rating. I would actually say this is nicer handling. It's a bit on the heavy side. It isn't the lightest car we've had. It's actually the third heaviest, I think, but it's still able to stand a chance, I reckon. Speaking of it not being the lightest car, my Oldsmobile was actually the only thing heavier, and that was a car I used to kind of benchmark against. The other two cars have both beaten it though, so go figure how good I am at choosing benchmark cars. This feels like it's really getting a rapid turn of pace up round here, although I do need to carry speed. If I'm not carrying the speed, it feels like it loses it quite a bit, so yeah, I have to really lean on it. That's where the speed is. It's not in kind of accelerating out of corners. It's just the way the car's built. I mean, I can't complain about it. It's working. So, as long as it works. Yeah, very clean through there. The, not Oldsmobile, the Holden Tuana I had around this course, that was it's a reasonably nice car to drive. It just didn't have the grip of this, though. So that was a lesser handling car, but in favour of power. It did do a reasonable time. Don't get me wrong, it did do a reasonable time. It's just it was designed more to balance things out, as opposed to being designed purely for power. This feels almost like it's all-wheel drive. It really does have a huge amount of grip to it, which is remarkable. I just weren't expecting such an old car to have this kind of, I would say, integrity to the handling. It feels a lot more modern than it is. And this engine it's delivering. It's a very strong pulling engine. So that is also a positive to take away from it. Come on. Round here we go. Whoa, what am I doing? Thanks, wall. The wall saved me, and this would not be the first time that wall has saved me from perhaps a bigger disaster. Would you believe? Oh dear. This is having hints of Oldsmobile here, perhaps thanks to its sheer weight, and I guess size to an extent, which is not great. Cut across here. And around here we go. Oh, I should have shifted down earlier there, but I didn't. That was a foolish mistake on my part. I wonder if this will still go remarkably quick. Because certain places on this course, this is amazing at, and then some it isn't. That's its problem. It all consistently feels good, though. It doesn't feel bad at any point. If there is any bad in it, it's me. So, That is a definite positive. Oh, I think it's a new fastest time. So, this car is actually concerningly quick as we do get down to our launch time. So, yeah. Should I say up to our launch time? As I kind of was late there, but I think I might have just about pulled it off getting it on time. And, yeah. This is shockingly quick. So, if we can set an even quicker still time, I would be amazed. I mean, it's going to really take a lot to beat this vehicle, since I don't know, it's heavier than the MG, and it is also less powerful, yet it is quicker. It's strange how things work out in this world, isn't it? So, I guess it could be that the handling is better, although I believe the actual score of the handling is the same, if not worse than the MG. So, it does beg a really interesting question. The weight balance of being 50-50 on it, that probably helps quite a bit. I'm pretty sure the MG doesn't have 50-50 balance, or if it does have 50-50 balance, it will have been destroyed by adding the turbos and other gubbins to it, so yeah, you get the point. And it was also a cheaper car, so I guess they couldn't afford to go as fancy as the suspension on this. This may have fully independent suspension, since it is a pretty premium GT car, let's be honest. And round here we go. I think I shifted down there okay. The gearing feels a bit slow, but that is really when I'm being picky, because it is not oversteering in awkward places. I mean, British cars are doing well on this circuit. That is not surprising. In fact, it's the way it should be, because it's supposed to be a very British kind of handling circuit, I guess. It tests cars in ways that you would expect a handling circuit to, and it's on British roads, so you would naturally expect you'd expect the cars to kind of react to the width of the road in that way, and they do. So as we can get through here, you'll see the overall size of the checkpoints as well. That's another thing. It's virtually like British autocross, should I say. Autocross through a British village and some countryside as well. And we haven't hit that wall that time. I think that's going to help our time. Although it wasn't the perfect one, we did get a bit of a slide on. It's better than we were before. Now, trying to slow it down into here. I was maybe too far to the inside there, but nonetheless, we are pulling through, and whoa, on we go. Oh, we have to go through this checkpoint. Can't miss that. Get it a bit slidey on the way, but that's okay, because no one's gonna notice a car drifting through their walls in their countryside home as we go along. I really do like this part of a circuit, which just kind of gets you through that driveway and around that tight right-hand corner. And overall, it feels like I'm going quicker. I'm not sure I am going quicker, but it definitely feels that way. So if we can naturally accelerate. Oh, that was very close to the wall, and I don't know if that's any quicker. It's the same kind of time. I would say it's probably a few decimal points quicker, but not by much. So the next lap, hopefully we can get it into the 5-minute 7s. I mean, we've not got a car to beat at this point, but we have, I guess, got the previous time, or the current time, should I say, to beat. So let's hope we can do that. Okay, so I'm very nervous at the moment, because any blame that falls on me for the slower lap time I may be just about to produce, yeah, it's not really good on my part, because I am the one thing that has changed in this car since the last time, in my realisation that maybe it can do a 1-minute 7, and I have to really push this. I think it can handle it, but I don't know. Right, well, No gentleness. Oh, I've pushed it too far. So, I think it's all over. I really do. I got nervous and I messed up. What can I say? I somehow didn't miss any checkpoints in all of that. But I could have easily missed a checkpoint. I guess I just weren't being careful enough. Maybe if I still push it, maybe I can get a less than 1 minute 8 time, but I think it's too late. Come on. There's only so far you can push this car's platform before I guess it'll give up, and I think that's what happened back there. I was trying too hard. I mean, it's quick, sure, but it has limits. It's not some miraculous speed machine. It does have a maximum limit to how quick it can actually go. Oh, I had to brake there just a little bit extra to even get through the checkpoint. It did not want to go. Right, along we go, and can we slow it down here? Yes, we can. Good, good. Just into here, just right. Oh, that was not just right, coming through the fence. Right, so accelerate out of here. That was just right, yes. I am getting some of these corners spot on, and I'm getting some of them just completely messed up. I really need more laps. Well, not laps, more runs, should I say, to get this car done effectively. There's just no other way I'm going to do a ultra quick time. I mean, is sub 1 minute 8 possible? Definitely, but will I be able to do it on this lap? I reckon not, because of that mistake I had at the start, but I could be wrong. I mean, I am pushing this, so maybe, just maybe, the hope lives on in my heart, that's what I'm saying. And we can slow it down for this corner. Yeah, it's second gear, kind of stuck a bit low there. Maybe I should have been in first. And through here we go. Slow it down. Through there we go. Whoa. Yes. Excellent. And yes, yes. Accelerate, accelerate. Brake. Into here. Yeah, that was good. That was very good through there. But can I retain the speed? That's my only question. I must be a razor sharp speed thing now. Third gear. And through we go. Oh. Yeah. As I predicted, I made that mistake at the start. It really did the car. I just couldn't do any better. Which is a shame, because I think after then I did actually pull myself together and I set an incredible bunch of corners, would I say? And I don't know, 5 minutes 8 point what 3 something is still a very impressive time. But all I can say now is goodbye until another day.